Hey, I want to share something with y'all that came up for me while I was exercising. Sharing it to free myself from it and maybe of service to someone who can relate. So checking to see if I had Kleenex around just in case I get teary-eyed. Because I cried during my workout. Some tears came out. It's not the first time that's happened. Um, I came across a video on YouTube. Turns out I like it. It kicks my butt. Turns out I like it though. It's essentially chair burpees. The guy doesn't call them that. He calls them look betters. Fine, whatever. I've been enjoying going for walks, morning walks, while being out here in California. Walking to the water this morning, almost didn't go. Y'all know that voice that's like, nah, whatever. Forced myself to go because I enjoy the walks. So whatever this voice was saying, like, nah, we don't have to go. I'm like, why should I deny myself what makes me feel good? I like walking to the water. So that was a push through. Had to deal with whatever thoughts were coming up. Then got back here and did the look betters. Because I told myself I was going to do them for the next 4 days. I've been doing them, all last week. I said, we'll do them the next 4 days for sure. Because I like the results and how I feel. While doing them, a feeling came up and I got teary-eyed because I thought about when I was younger, around 13, the age 13, I guess, 12 or 13. I was in the 7th grade. And I remember being in gym class and we would do squat thrusts. If you're familiar with squat thrusts, you get down, jump, whatever, squat thrusts. I love squat thrusts. And these look betters are similar to that, right? I'm just doing it in a chair instead of going all the way to the floor. I love squat thrusts. And I remember everyone hating them. I remember we were assigned, some of us were assigned to be the leader of your line. And as the leader of your line, you say which exercise the whole class is going to do. And I remember saying squat thrusts. Everyone was mad. I also remember being in high school and I wanted to do 6 inches. When you lay on the floor and you have your feet 6 inches off the floor. I threw that out there, I think during either gym class or basketball practice. And everybody was mad at me, like, but I actually like those. What I've noticed is there are things that I couldn't do that some of my classmates or some of my peers could do. And I measured myself according to them. And then there were things that I could do and that I love to do that other people would seem hard. So it's vice versa. The things they could do, I'm thinking it's hard. Things I could do and I enjoy, they're thinking that it's hard. I measure myself according to them, the masses, so to speak, and allow myself to feel guilty for easily being able to do, experiencing ease in areas that most people are saying, well, that's hard. Let me just show you another way that shows up. Academics. There are some things I wrestle with. And then there are some things that were very easy for me. I remember going to college and everyone was, so many people were talking about how hard biology was. So it scared me because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, biology is going to be hard. So many people were saying how it was kicking their butt. So I would put off taking the class and I finally took it. I loved it. I aced it. I loved the class. Everyone was talking about stats. They hated stats, statistics. Scared the mess out of me. So I'm like, all right. So I put off taking stats. I don't understand stats on a conscious level, but somehow I did well in that class. I had a friend who And I was a poor student, meaning like I hated to study. But somewhere in my brain, I love math. And I remember we got our test back, and my friend that I would study with all the time, and she would bust her tail studying all the time. She said, "What did you get?" And I aced it. And she said, "People like you make me sick." I'm like, why? She said, "Because um, you barely study and you ace it. I study all week just to get a C." Yeah. Somewhere in my youth, I developed guilt about ease or having the ability to do something that maybe someone else can't. So while exercising, and maybe because this movement is familiar, when I think about when I was slimmer, at that age and doing those squat thrusts, um, I had to tell myself it's okay that this is easy for you. I mean, it's kicking my butt, but it's okay that I like doing these. Um, I got a whole lot of fat down here, right? Carry everything in my midsection. And I look at pictures of me when I was younger, and I think of things that happen in my life. And when I start picking on the weight, everything isn't about just food and exercise. A lot of it's psychological. And I've noticed over the years, after I blew up to about 300 pounds, almost 300 pounds, writing in my journal was very therapeutic. And the more I dealt with what was going on within, I would lose weight, even though I would exercise, because, exercising didn't do it. But when I start dealing with my shit, the pounds would come off because I saw how much of the fat was a form of protection. Protection from several things, and man, that guilt about ease, letting that go. So feeling bad because, or not feeling bad, but it's okay to have ease. I don't subscribe to the whole thing of thinking I'm more worthy because I'm suffering and struggling. I didn't grow up suffering and struggling. My parents did what they could to provide me for it with a good life. So why the hell should I be apologetic about that? Why should I block my blessings to be appealing to someone who has an issue with it? All that was has been buried in me. So yeah, I'm just sharing it. Maybe someone can relate and know that they're not alone. And we can get up out of this story. We can let it go and be great. Fabulous. Ashe, amen, alhamdulillah. Have a best day. Embrace yourself as is.